Okay, we're back out Upper Niagara with the crooked screen. I suck at this. We're back out Upper Niagara looking for winter walleye. If you look back on the last video, liquid ice fishing, I think that's what I called it. We were out looking for a winter walleye or a lake trout. We managed to trip up a couple lake trout. Today, if that happens, great, but I want to check the winter walleye off the list, so I got a little time before work, and I'm not really dressed for the conditions, but I'm taking advantage of the conditions that I'm getting. We got half a foot of snow a couple days ago, and then tomorrow or the next day I think we're supposed to get another half a foot of snow and some crazy wind and things, so the conditions are somewhat favorable today. The wind is a little high and it's a little bit cold, but I think it's all pretty much manageable, so I'm gonna cast around and hopefully I can get myself a walleye today. Okay, one little quick change I wanted to make last time, but I never did. I'm going to try a Raven sickle hook with the drop shot knot and a little BB weight hanging off the bottom. It's still positioning really nice under the current, but I think I'm going to get a little more gape to grab some flesh or the mouth of the fish, and a little more of a stout hook. I might be able to put a little more heat on them on the way in. Let's see what happens. I forgot to mention that the rubber was sliding down the hook shank the way that the Nishine drop shot hook was shaped. I'm hoping that the more angle at the end of the bend in the hook, it has a sharper angle on it, so I was hoping it'll keep the rubber from sliding up the hook shank as bad. Okay, these minnows are still sliding down the shank when I cast it, so I'm gonna take another hook and just thread like a 1/4 inch of the minnow and then tie it through the eye of the hook here and kind of keep it from sliding down the shank. And I think I'm gonna get another fish, but I just want every presentation to look as good as possible because the clarity it's like infinite clarity up here right now. So I just got a little section kind of lassoed and then back through the eye of the hook. I don't know why I sound like Arnold right now. Just gonna a couple granny knots here, and if we can get a better presentation on our next couple of casts, it's gonna be key. I'm gonna trim this up, get back out there. Okay, we got a little laker. He's just spit the minnow. Very light colorations on this fish, and he really wants to get back. Okay, these little changes really seem to be helping out. Like that minnow is ready to go, and I just landed a fish and it's still presented perfect. It's not sliding down the shank, and when it's in the water it's kind of hovering nicely, like very naturally perpendicular to the bottom. And anyways, this is and the bites have been awesome. Without the cross breeze, I'm able to keep a nice tight line and kind of feel everything that's happening. So I'm gonna warm up my hands, see what time it is, and see if I can keep casting or not. But, this has been really rewarding, catching all these fish in clear water with kind of a unique presentation. But we'll see. The walleye still seems to be eluding me. Okay, didn't get a walleye, didn't get a lake trout. This guy choked the minnow. It's gone. Minnow is gone. Get him back in the water. That just seems super cool. I'm just kind of gaining more and more confidence with this presentation. If I can trick a rainbow in like gin clear water, then this is awesome. If I'm not catching a walleye, then they're probably not around, because this thing looks so good in the water. That fish was fighting so weird on the way in. I kept thinking, oh, it's a walleye, it's a laker, it's a walleye. And then when I finally saw it, I was kind of shocked. So the wind's picking up a bit. My hands are cold. But I'm going to keep casting for a bit, because how can you not when you're catching a rainbow? My battery on camera kind of died. So this video might end prematurely. I've got maybe half an hour left before I got to leave for work. So I'm going to see if I can hopefully finish with one more fish. And I made one little adjustment. I shortened up the distance from the 3-way to the minnow. I was just picking up a couple of leaves off the bottom, so I wanted to see if I shortened up that little section, if I would potentially maybe pick up less leaves and maybe be in the strike zone a bit more. But this wind is really ripping up, so who knows? I might be packing it in before the battery dies and before I actually have to leave for work. Well, today was kind of impromptu. I wasn't really planning on fishing today or expecting to fish today, but I just kind of looked at the forecast and what I had on my plate today, and I figured the conditions on my days off aren't going to be any good at all. And the conditions today aren't great, but they were better than what I had ahead of me, so I put in a little bit of time today and I banged a couple of fish. I'm still waiting I would love to try this technique, like when I'm not battling the sub-zero temps and the crazy wind chill and negative temperatures. But I'm thankful for what's happened, and I gotta warm up. I'm frozen. I wasn't dressed for this, and I'm heading on into work now.